I am in Brookdale with the coronavirus, and this is the treatment that I get. I just made a complaint about how nobody cares and how they take off the buzzer. And literally, as soon as the charge nurse leave, they never come back in here. I have been calling. I have to show you guys. I'm pressing the button to get a nurse attention. They literally took it off. They didn't even bother to come in here to take it off for me. It's facing the opposite direction. I literally feel like when I move that I'm like there's no energy and air in my body. I don't know what else to do because I have made so many complaints and nobody seemed to care. This is Brookdale where it's predominant black people. This is how we treat each other. This is how we don't care about each other lives when you have coronavirus. It's not even to say that the virus kills you. It's the neglect and the negligence that you go through in the hospital of no care, no compassion, no empathy. I don't know what else to do. I can't scream to call the nurse. So I just woke up with the I'm a little bit out of it, guys. With my um can't even think because my brain is just shot. My energy, it's I'm drained. I woke up with this tube in my mouth. Um, and it took me like at least 10-15 minutes to figure out what's going on. I was so tired and drained, and I called and I was asking for help. And the nurse came in, and I explained to her that I wanted her to check my ear because I feel exhausted. I feel drained. I feel like I have no energy. And she's like, I just came to here and checked. I said, yeah, but I woke up with it in my mouth, not in my nose. I don't even remember the name, what they call it anymore. That's how out of it I am. I just called a half an hour ago for water and ice, and no one came to deliver the ice and the water. I just want to get through tonight, So hard for me to be hopeful. I see people don't care. They just want water and ice that I'm usually using my cell phone to call them because they're not responding to the button I'm pressing for the room. When my husband comes, he cleans me, he's doing everything. The minute he leaves, I don't get the service anymore. I just want water. Just want some ice. I'm dehydrated. It's not COVID I'm worried about. It's negligence that I'm worried about. That's what scares me. The first day I came in, they forgot to put the air. They kicked me out one of the rooms and forgot to put the air back on for me. And I'm stifling. One of the girls is gonna say, "This is COVID." My husband is like, "Something is wrong. Could you check the air?" She's like, "Oh, well, you're laying down." She's not sitting up. My husband runs out of the chair and telling her, like, "Listen, she's not getting any air. She's not breathing properly." She went back and looked and see that she literally didn't put the air on. It's the negligence that scares me, not the COVID. The first night I came upstairs, I'm on the 9th floor. The nurse says to me, "Don't call me to use the bathroom. I'm going to tell you what to do." The machine where I'm carrying my supply that I'm going to show you guys. Just hold on for a bit. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. It does not move. The wheel. The nurse says to me, "Don't call me. I'm going to tell you what to do. Take that in the bathroom with you. And that's how you get to the bathroom." And this is after I have no energy, okay? I'm dragging it to the bathroom and I'm feeling like I'm gonna die at this point. And I'm breathing uncontrollable. And she says, "This is COVID. It's other people in a worse predicament than you." And I'm like, I said, "Can you check to see if you can give me more air?" She was like, "No." She reduces my air. It was 4. She put it down to 2. I'm like, literally, at this point, I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. She comes on where my bed is when I got back, pulling the damn machine. She was like, "You need to have some patience." She was like, "You need to have some patience because you're gonna catch your breath." I just started crying. Finally, I was able to catch my breath. And I'm doing this the whole night. It gets to the point where I'm like, I don't know if I could pee anymore because I'm on IV. I pee even more. I'm diabetic. I naturally have a weak bladder, an active bladder that makes me pee all the time. Now on my IV, I'm tired. I'm drinking way more water. Gets back to the bed and she doesn't want to raise back up there for me. I hear somebody by my door and I really hope it's water coming. There's no water. I just want water. It's crazy. And I'm hearing the nurses pass by the door. It's just I'm exhausted. I literally feel like every night I'm exhausted my energy. I just want water and ice. I'm gonna hang up if I see them come in. because I'm not going to make them know that I'm recording them. My husband told me record everything. It's so exhausting. Like, it's so hard to even record everything. Because when I first came in, I just gave up on my life. I told my moms, I told my father, I told my sisters, I told them, I said, I'm not going to make it. And like I said, it's not even COVID. It's the negligence that makes me feel like in the nighttime, it's a whole different ballgame. They don't respond to you. They don't respond to the calls. Why am I calling where the nursing station is just for you to do that? To do your job. I just literally seen somebody look at me and just walk by. I finally got the water. I wish I could. I wish I had a camera here where I could show you the length of time it took to get this water. You won't believe it unless you're in the experience I went through. So like I was saying, that nurse the first night I got on the ninth floor, she's a traveler nurse. The funny thing is, if anyone knows my older, videos, they're gonna see I was a recruiter before, hiring travel nurses, hiring nurses. So there's integrity that I expect them to uphold. I did not expect this. I did not expect to be in a community that service African American people who are African American people and treat their own people as their life is not worth it. That's the amazing thing. Not saying that, you have to be another race to be treated, fair. My problem is we complain about how other people treat us, but we treat each other even worse the way we would treat another race. We don't even treat our own lives as it's important. I'm from a totally different neighborhood. I'm from Canarsie in Brooklyn. My hospital that's nearby is in Brownsville. So the community, it's lower class. But the hospital, it has no hospital in Canarsie. So majority of the times they like to bring you to Brownsville. And when you get to Brownsville, you see the way they treat you because of your community. And most of the nurses are black. So this is a look down thing. This is a class thing. It doesn't matter what neighborhood you come from. It doesn't matter. What matters is you're saving people's lives. And for you to constantly ill-treat people based by the class of their neighborhood, and you are a nurse, it hurts my soul to see this face to face. It really does. It breaks my heart. It really does. And I'm trying not to exhaust the little energy I have. You know, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I can't hold it together. I can't. This COVID, it really exposes people. This is not even about fear. This is about negligence. I said it again. It's not about fear. It's about they don't want to work. They don't care. Like I said, when I came up here yesterday, this nurse tells me straight up, don't call her for the bathroom. The next day, the morning nurse came in, and I told the morning nurse, I said, listen, because she came in, she see me dragging the machine. She looking at me through the door. When she finally came in, I said, I don't think I can make it anymore. I said, because I can't drag this machine anymore. She's like, don't drag the machine. Because a lot of people died that way when COVID first started, right in the bathroom. And I said, you watch me. In my head, I'm like, but you were watching me the whole time do this. At what point it becomes important to say that when you saw me doing it? So the doctor finally, this is like a whole new ball game. The doctor came and I tell him what we went through, what's going on. And he was like, listen, open your mouth and say what's going on. Tell them. He was like, what? Tell them what's going on. And he was like, don't drag that machine anymore. And I was like, okay. Right? If it wasn't for that, I would have still dragging the damn machine. I probably would have been dead by now. I'm telling you. You know when I really realized that it was negligence? There was a young lady came into the room last night. 47. Matter of fact, she's not 47, she was 43. She told me she had 3 kids. She told me she don't think she's gonna make it. She had COVID. She got COVID 3 times. She said she originally came to the hospital, she had epilepsy. When she got here, she ended up with COVID, and she had a few blood transfusions. I was like, okay. She said, well, a lot of times I don't remember anything. I'm like, okay. I started crying. I don't even know this girl. She opened up her curtain and just started opening up to me. Excuse me. She had bed sores. She couldn't move. So when she first came in, the guy who was transporting her was like telling one of the, I don't know if she's a CNA or whatever. He said, could you help her stand? While the nurse was there too. The CNA says, she got this. So the nurse is like, you can stand, go ahead. She's like, I can't stand, I fell, I can't move. The funny thing is, they be right out the damn room, okay? After she no one really helped her stand. Um, Finally, because they wanted to check her weight. Now, I can't really see at that time. I'm just hearing everything was taking place. So they got her on the bed, and she was like, "Can you pass me my Vaseline because I'm in a lot of pain?" They start checking all these bed sores on her. So at some point, as we were talking, I literally stayed up the whole night with this girl. And at this point, I'm like, I'm super spiritual, right? So I'm telling her it's not her time. She told me that she ended up in a hospice for 2 days. Um, the nurse was so mean to her because she was doo-dooing, and the nurse didn't want to clean her and told her that's the only goals in life she has is to take a shit. And the other nurses laughed. Now, at that moment, I'm like, I don't know if she's making it up. I don't really know. I'm just listening to her, but it's breaking my soul, so I start crying. And at this point is when she wanted some water and ice. She didn't get anything to eat, and that's the same thing that happened to me, because I'm diabetic. When I first came in here, and I was down in the ER, and they segregate you, they move you, they put the COVID patients by themselves. I kept asking them. I said, can I get some IV because I haven't got insulin for 2 days. I was vomiting. I was choking. Can I get something to eat? They ignored me the whole time down there. They didn't care. They didn't help. And me and my husband came in together because he had COVID. He actually gave me COVID. But he's not. He's a healthy person. So he was like a carrier. He came in and he got released the same day. Me, I came in and it's like I'm fighting for my life. So he was cleaning me, cleaning me. If I put doo-doo on myself, he wiped me up, and he changed my piss and all that. So he was supposed to go home, and the nurse is like, I'm gonna let you stay the whole night since you're helping me. All right? I'm like, okay. I was very happy, but I'm gonna go back into the story with the girl. I just wanted you guys to see the nonsense. So get to this point now. He came back to visit the next day. So there's a younger nurse in there. She gonna come in there. Oh, you a good man. She was like, I wanted to know who's that good man. This is what she's telling my husband. Who's that good man that every minute carrying her piss to the bathroom? Girl, you got a good man. I said, listen, that's not a man, that's a husband. That's what a husband do if you want his wife to live. You sitting here trying to flirt with somebody's goddamn husband, and you seeing the person fighting for their life, and that's all you worrying about how good her man is, and you don't even want to pick up my damn piss. So you wanted my husband to do what? Sit here and watch the piss pile up? This is how I'm pissing. That's what I'm pissing on. I can only piss and shit when he comes to visit. Okay? Because if I don't piss and shit when he's around, I don't know if I'm gonna be clean if I do on myself. Okay? Because that's the only person that I know will do it. So I wanted to specify this. So last night, young girl, she started taking a shit. I didn't care if she shipped the room, she didn't ship the room, because at the end of the day, we're human. So no nurse is coming around. We're calling the nurse at this point. The machine is off. We didn't have any phone numbers to call the front. then one of the nurses passed and she happened to look through the window. And I seen her. Because this is how my room looked. That's where she stayed. And that's the door. And I don't even know if y'all guys could see because I'm just trying to show the best I can. When I seen the nurse, I said, I'm exhausted. Like I said, I'm on oxygen. I need all my oxygen. I said to the nurse, I said, nurse. She starts laughing. She moves away from the door. I said, Miss, I can see. She is giggling to the next nurse outside the door. I said, we need your help. I said, what are you doing? We need your help. She comes in the room. I said, she's covered in shit. So the young lady's like, don't worry about it. I'm like, we're not doing that in here. This is their job. They got a license for this. They went to school for this. Traveling nurses get top dollar. They get stipend for this. A lot of these nurses, like I said, are hired nurses. They're temporary nurses. Some of them, it's not even permanent anymore. They go through a module that they have to take a test to get into the damn hospital. And you get in the hospital, and this is the way you treating the people. So the CNA, who didn't want to do, help her stand, comes in, gives her wipes, and tell her, go ahead, wipe yourself up. She was like, how am I supposed to do that? I can't move because I fell. The CNA is going to say, you can do it, and walks out the room. I tell you, I said, I'm about to just die because I couldn't sit here. I went off on that lady. I called my husband. I don't know how my husband had the number for up here. He went off for this girl. We don't know this girl. And he was like, he started crying. He said, somebody better help. Because if you guys kill my wife and kill anybody in that room, he said, I'm coming for you guys. He said, I recorded everything inside of here. But that made them came back in the damn room. And the nurse came and cleaned the damn girl up. I sat the whole night and prayed for that girl. She was on her bed, giving up. I said, this ain't your time, sweetie. You're not gonna die. I cried for this girl. I prayed for this girl. Everybody's different. Everybody's religion is different. I'm not a Christian. So, I know the Bible. I'm very aware of the Bible. And I asked her, I said, what do you? She said, I read the Bible, I read the Quran. I said, listen, you're going to have to use faith. You're going to have to manifest. You're going to have to use everything that you believe in to say to yourself, it ain't your time. Because if you doubt this shit, you will pass. Because it really depends on your strength, what you believe in at this time. She was like, she got 3 kids. She don't know what to do. She says, every time she get a little hope, they just break it. That morning, My husband called. I don't know who he called. What he said. The nurse, when he called, the nurse wants to me to clean me. I said, I'm good. She's not. So if you don't have family to advocate for you, you're going to be neglected. What if I didn't have a damn husband? What would have been my situation? Because my mom's had COVID too. She's just scared to come in the hospital. From the beginning, she was like, I'm not going in there. She hates this hospital. They like Kings County, Flatbush Hospital. My dad, he doesn't have COVID. My other sister, she doesn't have COVID. So, I'm the only one experiencing this. My husband is able to experience this because my husband, he is, feeling very guilty because he gave it to me and he didn't take precautions. So he's here every day, so the only thing is you got to see with your eyes. If you don't see with your eyes, you'll think, everything is a lie. Is when you see it and you experience it, that's when you realize this is serious. People are dying not by the damn COVID, it's by the negligence. Okay? I had to explain this. Right now it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. My phone is 20 minutes, like 40%. I had to talk about this. I had to. That morning, the nurse ran in here with the head nurse. And she's like, am I gonna kill you? They were friends. The head nurse was like, she's one of the best nurses. I said, I never said that. She was like, but your husband called and he said this, he said that. I said, no, I told my husband what was going on with the girl next door. She was like, did I do it to you? I'm like, no, you didn't do it to me. When my husband heard what was taking place, he probably misinterpreted and thought it was happening to me. But I'm like, in my head, like, what does it matter if it's me or her? What makes her any different from me? Because he's advocating for me? Because we in Brownsville together, right? So y'all think everybody in Brownsville is low-class citizens and they're not worth their lives. So if he wasn't advocating for me, I wouldn't have any help, right? But the only reason he's advocating for me and you're getting scared now, you want to caution. So the head nurse is like, she's one of the best nurses in here. She was crying. I'm like, she was what? Because I've been crying since I got in here. From since downstairs when I didn't get the oxygen. And they picked me out the room for the 2 nurses to sit down and have a conversation on the bed. And they throw my husband out, talk about it's time to go. And because he was cleaning me, he get to stay longer that night. Yeah, this is what happened. I got thrown out of the room because these 2 nurses wanted somewhere to sit and cackle, joke, and talk. You ever hear crazy shit? My husband called. When he left, he called her every night. Every night. All night. And I won't say every night. All night. So at some point, they wasn't even answering the phone. And when he called, I would see them, the nurses look at each other with a with a look on her face, with the eyes rolled. And then he would text me and be like, "Yo, I just spoke to you." I told him, "That's my wife and she has to live." And they really didn't care. Okay? They really didn't care. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I'm like now coughing up all the flame. So I asked for a cup so I could spit it up. It gives me hope. See myself coughing up the mucus because it shows me that the mucus is breaking up. I asked them for, I have a few nurses in my family, and I never, I just hired them. I never really sat down like, I know mother and baby, labor and delivery, med surge, but I never really knew what they really were doing in the hospital. So we asked for this. And this is something to literally work on your lungs, to help you expand your lungs. The nurse was so upset I asked for this. She didn't want to give this to me. My cousin wrote the charge nurse, the manager. I don't know how she got the director for in here, because she had a friend who worked in here. She put her BSN license to tell her that she's a nurse, and how disappointed she was. That's how everything changed tonight. That's how everything changed, where I'm being more monitored now, where I got the front office number. They come in and check it, because like I said, if you ain't have family advocating for you and you in Brownsville, Brookdale Hospital, I don't know if you're going to make it. And it ain't going to be your COVID killing you. It's going to be your negligence of they telling you that your life is not important. You know which conversations I heard since I've been here? Oh, you're not that bad. I'm diabetic. If I got to keep oxygen in my nose all night, now see, I remember the word, because when I woke up, I was sleeping. This was in my mouth. I had no oxygen in my nose. I woke up confused. It took me like 10-15 minutes trying to figure out what to do with this, if I should be chewing this or what to do with this. I woke up and I'm in here in the room by myself. I don't know what was going on. I called the nurse and I said, "Can I get help?" Because I felt so exhausted. And then when the nurse came in, she was like, we just recently checked on you." I said, "But I was chewing this. This was supposed to be in my mouth. Can you check to see if I'm getting enough oxygen?" At that time, I didn't even know what the hell it was, because I was so out of it. And there was another nurse was like, "People put this in their mouth all the time. Why the hell would somebody put this in their mouth? They ain't putting this in their mouth. I woke up with this in my mouth, and you guys didn't care to put it back in my nose, since you claimed you was just in here." The other nurse was like, "I just didn't want to wake you. Lady, if you don't snatch this shit out my damn mouth and put it in my nose so I can live, because I could kill my own damn self." This is why I haven't fallen asleep. I said, I don't even feel sleep. I don't feel safe to sleep with y'all in here, because I'm recovering. Because when I first came in here, I gave up on my life. I told my mom, I said, "Ma, I'm not going to make it." I told my dad said, "Get her out here." My dad was calling my husband the whole time, "Buy oxygen and get out of that hospital." And my sister was like, "That's not how a hospital operates. She will have to sign a waiver form, and if she needs oxygen in that process, she can die just transporting herself." because is nobody gonna come pick her up to bring her to another hospital. She has to sign a waiver form, leaves, and whatever happens to her in the process can cost her her life. So guys, be very careful if you have COVID, what hospital you go to. If you don't have COVID and you need to start researching your neighborhood hospital where they're gonna send you if something come and happen, because your life really depends on your nurses. So I got this today because my cousin suggested that they give me this. Even my aunt, I have a few aunts. I have 4 aunts as nurses, older aunts. I have 2 of them that's already retired because one of them is like 80. The other one is in her late 50s. The other 2, she's in her 60s, and I think I have only one active. I never have a cousin. My mom's a nurse for many years. So she been on it. She has been on it. She has been riding for me. Thank God for this girl. And they were requested for me to get this so I could work on my lungs. I'm going to show you how it works. You blow in it and it expands. So with the oxygen, as you can see, that's always going. It's not even moving. I don't know what's going on out there. The lights is flashing. Probably somebody coming in the room, I'm not sure. Guys, I just had to share this with you guys. I look like a hot mess. I don't care. I really don't care because I just want to live. So I'll keep you guys posted. I don't have that much percent on my phone anymore. Okay. Gotta pee again. That's the next thing. They didn't come back. I got 2 trays to pee in. And my husband got that because I had to doodle in one. Today, I'm sorry, I'm gonna gross you guys out. I ended up doodling and shitting on the bed. My husband was here, so he cleaned the bed. You ever hear crazy shit? My husband is cleaning the bed because the nurses don't even want to clean the fucking bed. I woke up let me show you guys this. See that? That's where they got all my stuff, my medication. It ended up spilling out and it was just leaking and wet up my whole bed. So the nurse comes in, I'm calling them like I'm wet, I'm trembling. And the nurse comes in, did you pee the bed? I said, this is why I don't have the energy. I said, I don't know. She was like, well, you said the bed is wet. I said, well, I don't have a scent. I can't smell anything. She was like, well, I'm asking if you pee the bed because you're saying that you're wet. I said, listen. I said, you're about to piss me the hell off. That's what you're about to do. Because it's not my job to know if I pissed the bed. I said, you're the goddamn nurse. She's like, what? So I'm dialing my phone and I'm calling my husband. And my husband here, because I said, babe, get here now. My husband cursed her out till kingdom come. And she gonna try to snatch my phone. I said, bitch, you better not put your hands on this motherfucking phone. I'm not playing with you people up in here. I said, I'm fighting for my fucking life. I said, don't touch my fucking phone. Like, doesn't matter if I piss the bed or the shit is leaking. What does it matter? This is your job. You have a license. You get inside paid for what? Some of them get stipends. That means you get money for a meal, money for an apartment, and your regular paycheck. And then when you get in here that you volunteered to work on the places with the COVID patient, and then when you get there, you worrying about if I pee the bed or didn't pee the bed. So if I pee the bed, you can't fix the bed or change me. And I'm trembling at this time because I'm cold. And just to let you know, I didn't pee the bed. It was the thing leaking because it happened again tonight. I told the nurse, I said, is it supposed to be burning? She had attitude. She leaves. I guess she didn't get the MO of the complaints we were making. So she kind of had attitude. And the head nurse came in and she fixed me up. Okay. I'm going to show you one machine before I let this whole thing go. The machine has my IV and my medication. Hold on. So every morning this machine goes off. And it will just keep beeping. I was told the first day by the nurse when I came upstairs, excuse me, that I better not let that beep. Because she not trying to get in trouble. So it's facing me right now. It wasn't facing me before. So every time it beeps, I'll have to get off the bed. Mind you, I'm on oxygen. My oxygen was 4 when I was in the ER. She's the one who took it down to 2. I gotta get up, drag this fucking shit to the bathroom with me. Then take off the shit. And at this time, when I first came out, I was vulnerable. I was like, but they're still, asking you to leave.
Okay, I'm about to leave.
Is she coming now? She didn't say when she's coming.
Okay. What's her name?
Who?
The supervisor.
Miss Freeman?
Okay.
Write that name down.
Miss Freeman.
I'm playing with people inside.
This is your house, you know.
I'm playing.
This is your house.
If she's too busy, she could call the manager.
The manager or the patient care.
Yeah, we should try the patient care.
Either one.
This is crazy. Y'all don't care. That's what the board's talking about. You gotta be your parents, your family members. One of the nurses passed by, she see me up. She not sleeping. I said, I'm praying and doing my worship, my meditation. She said, oh, that's good. The goal was to come in and take off the room thing so I don't call her. I'm gonna show you right now. Guys, I'm so sorry if I'm trying to show y'all that I'm not catching these things. Hold on. She just took off the light. Being slick. I never even called her. But she don't know that I got a husband that he don't care what time it is. Because he told them again, he warned them. He said, this is the same problem I had before. They don't want to do their jobs. I'm telling you, COVID, it's a motherfucker. But that's not why people are dying in this hospital. People are dying in this hospital because people in this hospital don't care for the patients' lives. All since I came in, all I've been hearing is your pride. Like, I'm not a priority. There's people worse predicament than you. How you could tell somebody this? So you're playing God? You're saying who can live and who can't live? So it's only about how severe your situation is? Because to me, my situation is severe. I'm on oxygen. I'm not supported without oxygen. When I came in here, my heart was racing so fast that I'm on a unit for a cardiac unit. I can get a heart attack. How severe I need to be. I'm 37 years old with no history of a heart attack. I was supposed to go to a med surg, but I'm dragging around a heavy machine that has the wheels don't spin, so. And how severe it gotta be? It gotta be that kind of severe? Man, you can't make this shit up. You cannot. My sister, she literally did meditations with me. During the time of when I had COVID, as spiritual as I was, and I am, I couldn't even think about any prayers to say. My brain totally was like shut off. Even when she was doing the meditation the first 2 days, even today, I couldn't focus on what she was saying as far as bringing down the white light. And it's so hard to stay focused. I don't know if anyone is going through the same predicament with me, but I'm asking for prayers, and I'm also asking for you not to give up. I don't care what they're putting you through, but you fight. You fight like nobody business, and you get your family on the phone, and you have them advocate for you, and you make sure and tell them, if you don't advocate for me, this may be it, because these people don't care. I don't care if they wear 100 masks on their face. They need to get up here and advocate for your ass. Because if you ain't coming for your family during this time and you in this hospital, you're going to lose your loved one. And you're going to lose your loved one very stupidly. Because when I first came in, all I heard was, oh, when COVID first happened, people were dying. This is one of the nurses telling me and my husband that people were just dying all the time. They didn't even hide it. But it was like no remorse. She starts jumping and acting excited. And she was like, and the people was giving up. And I'm looking at her like, you want to tell us this lying? Because I just came in here and I literally on that time felt like I couldn't breathe. Even when they got me from the ambulance, I was gasping for air. Because when I got out the truck, I didn't have any oxygen. I went to the bathroom with no oxygen. And I stopped wheezing. And like one of the transporters, they came up to me and was like confused. And the nurses was in there. And there was like a CNA, I guess. I'm not too sure what, because when I was hiring the nurses, I didn't hire every staff member. I only hired like the nurses. She was like, oh, I moved your husband already, so I'm gonna just keep you out here. I said, I'm wheezing. I'm like, but I'm like, I want to go in, So she came and she put me in the room with my husband, and I'm just like in my head, like, when I get the oxygen now, the whole conversation, every minute she coming in there, one of these old desperate women who need nice to the men. A lot of women is like that. You dying and they even want to be nice to the man. But you sitting up there, they don't even care to make sure you live. They don't want to flirt with your husband while you dying. She's like, the whole conversation is a conversation based on death. And I'm sitting here like, that's because and then my heart was won't stop racing. So I was like, in my head, I'm like, this is it. But I don't want to tell my husband, I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to break him. And he's a Leo, so Leos, they're strong. They're fixed signs. They're not. They ain't one. To me, my experience with a Leo, they're naive as shit. They were telling them that, she dying. They like, she ain't dying. So he wasn't buying that. He didn't care what this lady had to say. But guys, I'll keep you on my journey, and I'll continue to post my life. But my sister, she gave me back my strength, and I believe that I'm gonna walk out of here. I'm gonna come out of here alive. Okay? Have a good night.